The environments we live and work in are not just visual, they are deeply auditory. The constant hum of city life, filled with traffic, construction, sirens, chatter, and electrical buzz, creates a backdrop that many people barely notice, but that the brain is constantly processing. In contrast, natural sounds, rustling leaves, flowing water, birdsong, or even distant thunder engage the mind differently, often inducing calm and boosting cognitive performance. Mounting research reveals a clear cognitive divide between exposure to city sounds and nature sounds. One tends to fragment attention and increase stress, while the other restores focus and supports creativity. Urban noise, particularly in densely populated environments, is a form of low-level chronic stress. Even when it's not loud enough to be consciously annoying, it taxes the brain's attentional system. Our auditory processing centers are wired to react to sudden or irregular noises, a survival mechanism in evolutionary terms, but in modern life, this system is overstimulated by unpredictable sound spikes, a honking horn, a phone ringing, or a slamming door. These interruptions don't just distract, they pull cognitive resources away from tasks and reduce mental bandwidth, especially during complex or creative thinking. Studies in cognitive psychology have shown that even moderate urban noise levels, around 50 to 70 decibels, can impair working memory, slow reaction times, and decrease performance on problem-solving tasks. Office workers in noisy city centers, for instance, report greater mental fatigue, lower job satisfaction, and higher error rates compared to those in quieter settings. The brain, forced to filter out constant background noise, has less capacity left for sustained attention or abstract thought. This is especially problematic for students, writers, designers, and anyone whose work demands creativity, planning, or nuanced decision-making. In contrast, natural ambient audio creates what psychologists call soft fascination, a state in which attention is gently held without being overwhelmed. Unlike urban noise, which is jarring and irregular, nature sounds tend to follow gentle, organic patterns. The steady rhythm of rain, the ebb and flow of ocean waves, or the scattered song of birds requires no mental defense. It creates a cognitive breathing space. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like planning and decision-making, is given a chance to reset. Neuroscience studies using fMRI and EEG have found that listening to natural sounds increases activity in the brain's default mode network, a system involved in introspection, creativity, and memory consolidation. People exposed to nature audio, even via headphones, demonstrate better performance on tasks that require imagination, lateral thinking, or emotional problem-solving. One notable study found that just a few minutes of listening to birdsong before a cognitive test improved accuracy and speed compared to both silence and city noise. The benefits of nature audio go beyond attention. They extend to stress regulation. Natural soundscapes have been linked to reductions in cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, and improvements in heart rate variability, a key marker of nervous system balance. Even when played artificially in indoor spaces like hospitals, classrooms, or offices, these sounds can create a calming effect. In one experiment, workers in a windowless office performed better and felt less fatigued when ambient nature sounds were played in the background versus synthetic white noise or typical city ambience. There is also a creative dimension to this contrast. Urban noise often creates a sense of urgency and fragmentation, which favors fast, shallow thinking. Natural audio, on the other hand, supports depth, curiosity, and flow states, those extended periods of immersive focus where new ideas and connections emerge. Writers, artists, and designers frequently report entering a more creative headspace when listening to rain, forest sounds, or gentle waves, even if they're physically in a busy city. The auditory illusion of nature seems to give the brain permission to roam, reflect, and explore. This doesn't mean all urban sounds are detrimental. Some structured or predictable city sounds, like distant chatter in a cafe or the soft rumble of a train, can offer a kind of white noise that masks more intrusive sounds. But in general, unstructured city noise with sudden shifts or high-pitched elements, sirens, horns, alarms, tends to be disruptive, especially over long periods. Technological solutions are emerging to bridge this gap. Noise-canceling headphones and ambient sound apps allow people in urban environments to replace disruptive audio with curated nature soundscapes. Office designs increasingly incorporate biophilic elements, including water features or birdsong in common areas, to mimic the cognitive benefits of nature. Even in schools, playing background nature sounds has been shown to improve student concentration and reduce classroom disruption. Ultimately, the brain is not a closed system. It is constantly shaped by the sensory world around it. In the battle between city sounds and nature sounds, the research is clear. When it comes to focus, creativity, and emotional regulation, the natural world, even in simulated form, wins. While we can't always escape the city, we can choose to create sonic environments that support mental clarity rather than erode it. Sometimes, the smallest shift, swapping honking horns for a soft rainstorm in your headphones, can open the door to deeper thought, calmer moods, and better work.